Hey, good afternoon, everybody. It is now 4:30 and I'd like to call the meeting to order. Please rise for the pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Together to better ourselves. We all have an equal voice. We may disagree, but we will do so with civility and respect because in the end, we are all neighbors. The first thing I would like to do, it is not on the agenda, but as of today, my time here as the executive director, volunteer, and chair of the FDPC has come to an end. So I would like to vote for my resignation.
I will reluctantly second the.
You made the motion.
Oh, did I make this? Okay, I will reluctantly make the motion to accept Addie's resignation.
I will reluctantly second the motion to accept Abby's resignation. All in favor? Aye. All opposed. I want to thank you very much. You have been a shining star for this organization. And years from now, I know it doesn't feel like this, but years from now, people look back on your period as a leader and will marvel at what you have done in order to not only save this facility and this organization, but to make it thrive.
I have to second that. Abby, you came in. You took this place in this ground room because of the pandemic. And you put all sorts of heart and effort into it. You know, the town is made up of its roads, bridges, and waterways. That makes the body of the town, and this has been a great town for a long time. What you helped do is supply what we were reading about earlier when we were looking at Passover, the spirit of the North Hills. You helped to infuse a spirit in this town, a soul in this town, and that's what this place is about. We can have the bridges and the roads and the waterways taken care of, but that's just the body. If the town doesn't see fit to steward its history, it will lose its soul. It will no longer be ranked among the top towns in the United States.
Let me go further. I apologize to you, everybody in this town that didn't give you your due. You've been incredible here.
I think, I'm sorry to interrupt, I have to say, well, I think Abby has added professionalism to that, brought her education here. We had no idea of what to do and how to do it. And that's what you brought here. I mean, even not writing on pictures with pens, and I mean, from the littlest thing to the biggest thing for the museum.
So, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Abby. I think that you brought this place, you put this place on the map, you really did. And I wish you the best luck in the future endeavors. Wherever you're going, whatever you're doing,
We'll be very lucky.
Very lucky.
I'll just say thank you. I wasn't here when you started. You know, I know versions of how this building was made and how we got to this point. But second everything everybody said in the sense of bringing expertise to an organization that might not always has all the heart, but might not have all this expertise and background that you had. So I thank you for everything, and the town very disappointed to see you not continuing how to keep around.
As the vice chair, I have to open the floor for nomination for the chairmanship and the executive directorship. Do I hear any nomination? Challenge. Okay,
I, I'm recommending, Joe Wall. Recognition of all the work that he's already done and the leadership that he's already brought to this.
I have a second from Mr. Palmer.
I will second that.
You'll second his or you'll second his?
I really know, I really want to do that, but you.
Okay, so let's be clear, if you could restate your motion.
My motion is that we nominate Joe Wall to be executive chair of the FDPC.
Executive director of the Heritage.
And executive director of the
I will second that. Motion.
Is there any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Oh, I have.
Opposed? Thank you very much. I will reluctantly accept. Let me explain a couple things before we go on to the agenda.
Vice Chair.
Yes. Yes, we do need a vice chair.
Robert rules of order, you don't have to do a second for vice chair, you just do a nomination and vote.
Can I just ask a question?
Sure.
Maybe just due to my lack of experience, you know, like, why would we need to make such a decision like that in such a short notice without any conversations or
We can have,
within a time?
to be honest,
That's a big, I mean, that's a big,
there's a lot of things that are going on right now. And the continuity of this organization and to reach out to the volunteers and everything is very important at this time.
yeah.
At least I believe that way. If you wanted to table that, if you wanted to table the discussion on anybody else, understand the term for a vice chair, as it is for the chair, will conclude at the end of December. Because we have a reorganization meeting every January. So my thought is we have leadership in place so we can finish out the year and finish the gala and finish the other things that we have that are really pressing. So to your point, we can have discussions, we can reappoint in January. That's what we do anyway with the reorganization meeting. So,
This is a 3.5 month term.
yeah, basically. So, you know,
I'm just asking, I'm not trying to throw it just seems like when you're talking about it. You know, one, you get that thrown on you that she's leaving, and all of a sudden 5 minutes later, you're supposed to come in here and decide who the next two leaders of the pack are gonna be. It seems a little bit out of the ordinary to me.
well, it is, but it isn't in normal circumstances when you have a chair and a vice chair. Normally what would happen is the vice chair would take over. Well, that's gonna happen based on the vote. And then somebody would be nominated and voted on as the vice chair, replacing me. Okay, again, it's only until the end of the current term, which ends on December 31st, 2023. At the January meeting, we will have a reorganizational meeting. I'm sure there are gonna be a lot of discussions between then and now. Okay, or now and then. To determine what direction we want to go to, and all that has to come through our strategic, we have to refer back to the strategic plan. We have to be measured in how we think about this. And we have to talk to a lot of people and get some people involved.
Not only that, this happening as quickly as it did. We have one ongoing thing that Tuesday, we have 80 people coming, we have
Yes.
continuity
Yeah.
and just even just to operate over the short period.
So I would like to put out a nomination of Dan Coyne for vice chair.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? All right. Now, let me go on with my comments. Anything that I do from here until the end of the year, it's going to be Abby's plan. We set out at the beginning of the year, last year, we put together a strategic plan, and we put together wheels in motion that we are. There are benchmarks that we wanted to hit this year. We are well on our way to hitting the benchmarks that we set up at the beginning of the year. We're very well on our way, and you know, our year will culminate with three things. One will be the gala, one will be breakfast with Santa, meaning Winterfest. And then we will prepare the year-end report for town council. I will be in communication with Mr. Valley and Ms. Greathouse with regards to budget. And those discussions will be held directly. And I want everybody to understand I'm not coming into this with a personal agenda. This is going to be Abby's plan. All right. Does everybody need a minute to gather their thoughts? Because, you know, that's pretty shocking stuff.
Good.
All right, past events, the night we missed the site. We had quite a few people here on August 17th. The drive-in on August 19th was a huge success. Yeah, we had about 70 some people here. Yeah, most of the kids wanted to come back in before they were going back to school. They went back to school that Monday. So this parking lot was full. We really had a nice crowd.
Yeah.
I heard a lot of it. Say it's neat, but I had no idea.
Dan, did you attend the HCAP?
I did, yes, I did. Attended HCAP. I spoke with, somewhere in the order of 100 people, from in town and in town. And also spoke with Bob Stakeley.
Yeah, Bob Stakeley's and he's part of the Western Pennsylvania Historical Society.
Yeah, we got a good relationship with him, and hope to really work on that relationship to improve this place. But yeah, I had some great conversations with a lot of people who were very interested in this type of idea.
Okay, and then Community Day, I wanted to take this time to thank everybody. Dan, I know that you were in the booth.
I was down here, yeah.
And I know that you.
I was out of town.
As was I. I wanted to thank you guys and Mr. Hetzel.
Yes.
For operating the food over at the car cruise. We made some money, and most of all, we made a lot of goodwill. A lot of people were raving about Chef Chucky's
Yep.
creations.
Barn dogs.
Yeah, that's only one part.
Everyone wanted was barn dogs. They got.
Oh my goodness.
So you and everybody else.
We had over 40 people come in here that night.
You actually had 40 during the community day?
Yes, we came into here, children sat and did the coloring. I showed adults around and talked about the painting and those things, and we had a nice little crowd.
Is there anything officially here or just like? Well, the doors open?
The library had story time.
Story wall.
The story.
Yeah.
The story wall. And then people came inside and, and they, like I said, they sat here with their children, they did some coloring and they walked around the museum. I came in later and was able to talk to them about some of the exhibits.
They just ran to get the booth ready.
Yeah, I did a lot of running back and forth.
So we did a
I got my
lot
steps
of-
in,
Yeah.
getting a little bit of lifting.
The upcoming events, next Thursday, we have
No, that's Tuesday.
Tuesday, that's right.
That's Tuesday, yeah.
on Tuesday, we have the trolley trails through the North Hills. Prior to that, I'll be reaching out to each of the individual volunteers, explaining what has happened today. I would appreciate any help that we can get.
I'll be here for the 5.
Okay. Are there any plans of anyone of the other board members to be in here?
I'll be here, yeah.
Okay,
Are you, what time?
What time?
I will be here for, I'll come in, I won't come in for the, right at 5, I'll be here at 7 o'clock.
okay,
I can do 5.
I'll be,
Okay, you and
and I'll be here to,
Okay.
yeah, I'll make sure that I'm here for both.
Charlie, does anybody know how the 7 o'clock reservations are signed up?
The 5 o'clock's almost full, and the 7 o'clock is probably 2/3 full.
Okay, how many spots will be left? Because I could bring some students from Shady Side.
Last I checked, there's probably maybe 15 left for the
Okay,
7 o'clock.
excellent.
Okay.
And I will need, whether it's in the information that Abby gave me, or John, if you know who we're dealing with the, oh, I know who we're dealing with the Trail students. The third drive-in movie, we should set a date for that. Whether we do that in September or we do that in October, I think it's too late to do it in September. I'm thinking the second weekend in October.
Let's get the, I'd like to do the, well, do you wanna do it on Friday or Saturday? I'll just say you do it.
Friday night is tough because of the football season.
Let's say you do it opposite of the football game.
Yeah. So, I mean,
We can look, but that was just a thought. I didn't know if you want to do it on Friday or Saturday.
I can
Obviously, you don't want to do it on Friday.
Another planned.
yeah, I think what we ought to do is we ought to do it on the second Saturday of October.
That way we can get it.
It's after homecoming. So we're not gonna run it that long.
And we want to get it out in the school
Yeah,
publication. That way it can get out to all the parents.
okay, and then notorious Pittsburgh author. We are supposed to have an October presentation with him, and I will follow that up. The volunteer schedule has been pretty much set, but I'm going to be going over I'm gonna be going over the volunteer schedule, and as I reach out to all the volunteers, I will reaffirm where we are and take over that schedule. Community partnerships, Franklin Park. I spoke with Tom Schwartzmeyer and I've spoken with the mayor. We are in the midst of putting together documentation for our town council. It's called an intergovernmental agreement. And we are working with them as Franklin Park has a lot of their artifacts here until the end of the year.
And who will you assign somebody to come in and help get those and take them over, or will they come and get them or whatever?
But I will work those things out with Regen or work at Franklin Park under the committee. Okay, and then I will be in touch with you and Georgette and the rest of it.
Okay.
The Baskin Foundation has pledged $2,500 for our work for the gala. So we're still waiting on that check, and I will be in touch with her directly. North Allegheny School District has pledged to print our programs for the gala free of charge. Facebook updates our follower account. John, do you have any idea?
I can try to look it up really quickly because I do have access to that.
Okay. And Abby had here, I think that this was, John, did you do this agenda from a different agenda? Because
She said just copy and paste from the last one and then just change a few of the dates.
the best and most engaged posts of the month.
Let me look for that up.
While you're looking that up, moving forward in the agenda, do we have any public comment on the agenda? Did everybody receive the meeting minutes?
Yeah.
Can I get you should have received the meeting minutes prior to the meeting. Are there any corrections? Can I have a motion to approve the meeting minutes from the previous meeting?
I'm going to approve the minutes for the previous meeting.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous. Reports on committees, signed subcommittee, Chuck.
Pretty much a done deal, I believe, the check. When I talked to Abby, the check, the invoice was put on town's desk and she was going to cut them the final check. And it's done.
Okay.
Done deal.
I just wanted to take a minute, thank you for all your hard work.
Yeah, indeed.
You, between you and Kevin Kennedy with the design and getting CW Electric to do that work was fantastic. Thank you.
Great, great.
Yeah, they did put in, we're gonna be electric for both the sign and lights in the
Yeah,
parking
they
lot.
put in an electric junction box here at the edge of the sign that we can tap into.
Okay. All
They
right.
also put in permanent lights around the facility. They donated the lights.
I saw
And
that.
they were fantastic.
Yeah.
And now I can take my spotlights out.
In extension.
Yeah, extension. Extension.
It's nice to see that a company like that recognizes the value of a place like this.
Yes, he's a mechanics guy, and it's like, oh, man, he's a young, hardworking guy, who, you know, loves to give back, and the second I talked to him, he was like, just tell me what I can do, something small to make this better, so. Yeah, and I'd like to, which I don't think there's anything to be in opposition, but at least send him 2 tickets or 4 tickets to come to the gala.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's generally all directed.
He gave us over $12,000 worth of work.
And like I said, they were all day.
And they, 3 guys here for a solid day, they rented a ditch witch. They paid for all the cabling, they paid for all the conduit, they drove into the.
Not to be a dead horse, but this is a guy, lifelong resident of
Right.
Kansas,
Yeah.
who appreciates the idea that he has a place where his memories can be saved, his heritage can be saved, and you come here and you know, learn about this wonderful town.
Well, thank you for that, and we will take care of, what is the gentleman's name? Chris Walton, he played football here too, didn't he?
That I don't know.
I think he did.
I didn't talk to him about that.
But let's talk about the gala for a minute. Our sponsorships are coming in, we just got one today from Babst Calland, who is the lawyers.
What is it?
Babst Calland, they're the township lawyers.
Oh.
Okay, so they gave us a $500 donation.
We did get one.
We got an ad for the program,
Okay.
and that's. We're running a little bit behind on the program ads. You know, if anybody needs any information, I still have it here. We can make copies of this. The awards have been ordered. They will be in about, you know, the first week in November.
What is an order? I'm sorry.
The awards.
I'm sorry, I'm in trouble with my.
We are not going to do flowers on every table. Chadwick is gonna do centerpieces. We're gonna order boutonnieres and corsages for more flowers. I think just to buy flowers in order to give them away at the end of the evening is kind of a waste. And, you know, we wanna maximize as much of the money as we can. I will be speaking with Abby too, because of the silent auction items. And, you know, when I spoke with Abby, I didn't speak with her at great length today, but there are gonna be things that I will be consulting with her on for the next couple of weeks. Ticket sales, we will be reaching out to all the families. We will be reaching out to all the award winners. We will be redoubling our efforts with the firefighters, with the men's groups, with the school district, and with the town as far as who's going to do what.
Is there something that I can do? Maybe, I mean, like, this is nice with the, you know, with the date and time and cost and everything on it.
It's all here.
Oh, maybe we give them this.
Yes.
Okay, that, I mean. that's
Now,
kind of what I want.
we've also put it on the website, correct, John?
Yes,
It just went on the website. And people can pay for their tickets on the website.
Okay,
And we will be pushing that very hard. Social media will be pushed very hard over the course of the next week.
Can we get that on the sign, John?
we could, yeah, and they try to do a QR code for that if that works, but just because there's so much information.
Yeah,
Okay,
or
so,
just,
yeah.
just so if, at least we put what it is, when it is, and, you know, refer to the website or direct them to the website for information. That way, at least, the sign can start getting us some traction.
Right. The other thing that I wanted to mention to everybody is that, I will be scheduling one more planning meeting. For the big meeting. And there are specific things that we have to get done. And it can't come down to 2 or 3 people on the day of. We've had that, and we've been able to do okay with that, but it's just, it's unfair.
maybe you could, put a specific invite out to some of the other volunteers who do that, even the girls that go down and do the accessioning and everything.
Well, here's our thought.
Mhm.
We're trying to get sponsorships to the point where our volunteers will be free. At the dinner,
Oh,
okay? We're hoping that all hands are on
probably
deck.
ahead,
Yeah, we're hoping that all hands are on deck. And I know that Abby reached out to the volunteers and asked for volunteers to make cookies, because we're gonna have an old fashioned Pittsburgh cookie day.
Did you get a response for that
No,
yet?
that's not to that. Today's events kind of took everybody by surprise. So I will be in touch and we will schedule a planning meeting. Unless you guys just want to do it on site.
Oh, I mean, either way, yeah.
I'm good either way. I do think we need to, sooner than later, just get our ducks in a row.
Well, I need to get all the information from Al. We do that.
Like, I am sitting on donations from Luciano's and a check. Yeah, who,
You get a check to me now,
okay.
okay? Old business. The intergovernmental agreements we had talked about, let me speak very frankly, I'm not gonna do anything before. Now that this has happened, I'm not gonna do anything with the intergovernmental agreements until after the first week in November. You know, the same can be said. The Kansas Community Association, I was named president of that. And the documentation has been sent to the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania for that fact. I have some work to do with the town of McCandless in order to certainly get council approval of accepting donations through the 501c3, because we would look awfully foolish if we started accepting donations, especially with some of the people that you know that we've been talking to. And then have the town turn around and say, we're not going to accept them. So that's where we are. Is there any new business?
I'd like to just bring up one point that, I'm concerned, with the town change their, change the webpage for the town, and that has, you know, canceled out the webpage that we had for the Heritage Center. We have 80 people showing up, for talk on the trolleys, and a lot of those folks got that information from the website. And concerns me that without a presence like that on the internet, that you know, we're going to suffer.
John, do we have a site right now?
You guys have a section on the website, yeah.
Section, no,
yeah.
there's no way to get to any information to tell that says what we're doing or gives any information on our programming. There's a
Yeah, we do advertise that. That usually goes up on the calendar, usually goes on the homepage, goes out on the Facebook page. Oftentimes North Journal will do an item too. as far as programming.
I believe the only thing that was different before was that there was
It had its own,
its own header.
yeah, it was like a sub-site essentially.
There's a
We
webpage.
got that now?
No, there's no way to get to that webpage where they actually have videos and
That information should be there, the video should all be up.
I can't find any.
Okay.
And you can't get to it from the township.
I will meet with John, and we'll figure it out,
Okay,
okay?
which that's, you know, that'll bring us place to slow down.
Is there any other new business?
I did want to note the Facebook numbers I have right now. So keep
Okay.
that out of the way. Currently have 1,458 followers. Over the past month, we've reached, that's their term, about 8,200 people. That roughly means it just reaches their timeline somehow. As far as I know, those are individual. Yeah. And the biggest post was a September 6th advertising the trolley event. Nothing particularly special about it that made it popular, it just kind of blew up. That reached about 6,617 people, just that post.
That's great. Great, under new business, I'd like to ask Mr. Mallett. Are we gonna get approval to turn the lights on the color on our sign?
It's an agenda item for Monday's council meeting.
Thank you very much.
What does that mean?
It means that the sign right now is black and white, it will be colors, okay? The other thing, there are two other things that I wanted to make as a public comment. Number one, I'd like to congratulate Amy Steele on the Northland Public Library. They've had an outstanding year. And we are happy to have them as our partner here. Amy single-handedly has, and I mean, she's done a very good job with, you know, the different municipal governments and the politicians that she has to deal with in the grants that you know. It has been inspiring. So congratulations. Really.
That's fun part, spending all that great money for the construction and you operate a library.
Let's see, I believe they're your son, I see, you love your library, all over my neighborhood also.
Okay. Are there any other public comments? I have a motion to adjourn.
I move that we adjourn.
All in favor?
I.
Thank you very much. I'll be in touch this week.
Okay.
I will be calling each one of you individually. And I'll be calling each one of the